This is a horoscope prediction for today, Libra in love. Those people who have had the possibility of being born between September 23 and October 22 are from this zodiac sign. Romantic relationships play a fundamental role in the emotional stability of Libras. Having love problems destabilizes them in the whole of their lives. Due to the position that the planet Jupiter presents today in relation to your horoscope sign, it can be deduced that the next few days may be complicated, of nerves, discussions and a certain degree of discouragement. Do not take everything so seriously, friends of Libra, because the blood will not reach the river. Do not dramatize or magnify the problems, because they will be resolved. It's just a matter of patience in making the right decisions. If you can't count on their support because you don't have a partner, surely you do have family or friends who are willing. Do not dwell on something that could have been and was not in terms of a relationship from the past. You know that you should always look forward, that you cannot go backwards, so it is better not to need someone who surprises her and turns to her at all times. This is not easy to find, but today someone can surprise you and create a certain interest in you. You should take life with enthusiasm and encourage yourself to give a chance to that man who approaches you with the intention of meeting you. You should not be so distrustful, and because in the past you have had bad experiences in love, that does not have to be repeated. Now you are an experienced and much more mature woman, so trust yourself and your possibilities and don't let this opportunity pass you by. You should spend time today to reflect and make certain decisions in your life, because you just let the days go by and you do not make the changes you need. I am referring to life in general, but especially to love, in which you are very interested at present. Today's horoscope for Libra tells you that the situation is favorable, despite those nerves and possible discussions that you may have. Do not expect men to come knocking on your door. If you want to conquer someone, you should first start. And for the Libra man, it is possible that the Libra man today is lost and a bit nervous about his personal situation. It's not that he's doing as bad as you think in life, and in love it's more than likely that if you don't have anyone you feel better than if you had. In the other matters of your life you have to be calm, as astrology tells us, and therefore the horoscope prediction. I am aware that you Libra men want to achieve your desires without waiting, but today is not exactly the right day to jump into the pool in love. You may be behind another person in love or wanting someone to come back to your side, but the stars tell us that you should wait and not precipitate situations, because if you do so, the result will not be positive. Today's Libra horoscope and love for singles. Libra singles are on a rampage in search of love, pleasure, and relationships. Naturally, not all Arians are looking for the same thing, but I am telling you about it so that you understand the process. I would tell you that you are in a better time for sporadic. Be necessary to wait a few weeks for them to have enough strength. Here I always tell you the truth, and that is why I do not give you your sight with a wonderful prediction of your horoscope today. I tell you what I see when I look at the position of the stars with respect to your zodiac sign, and they tell me to calm down. If you have a partner, the past is something that you cannot change, and that should not cause you problems. You dig too deep into your partner's life before they were in a relationship, and that's only going to complicate things. You ask for a fidelity that I could not give you, and you exaggerate the note. You have to live in the now of love. If you don't have a partner in love, you never go on the run, because there are two who must go at the same pace. If that person you are interested in is not in the same conviction as you about the possibility of this relationship, by rushing things, what you are doing is rushing her in an undue way, and you could push her away. It is important that you recognize if the effort and time you invest in this latest project is really worth it. You are not getting everything you should and need from this job, and that is due to a lack of organization. You have to stop for a moment to apply corrective measures. Closing your eyes is not a good measure when it comes to your own health. You are silencing the voice of your body, which draws your attention through small symptoms. He needs you to help him settle issues with yourself about your diet and your physical activity. Listen to him. The past is something that you cannot change, and that should not cause you problems. You dig too deep into your partner's life before they were in a relationship, and that's only going to complicate things. You ask for a fidelity that I could not give you, and you exaggerate the note. You have to live in the now of love. It is important that you recognize if the effort and time you invest in this latest project is really worth it. You are not getting everything you should and need from this job, and that is due to a lack of organization. You have to stop for a moment to apply corrective measures. Closing your eyes is not a good measure when it comes to your own health. You are silencing the voice of your body, which draws your attention through small symptoms. He needs you to help him settle issues with yourself, about your diet and your physical activity. Listen to him. There is nothing worse than trying to explain how we feel to someone who is not understanding. The more we try, the more we get involved. And the more involved we are, the more legitimized our skeptical interlocutor will feel. You have tried to explain your feelings, but the more you try, the less you are understood. But just because emotions aren't logical doesn't mean they're irrelevant. Your reaction is an indication of the importance of what is at stake. You don't need to convince anyone that they don't get it. Listen to your inner voice. Tip of the day: a decent person is the one who does the right thing, even if it harms him. Lucky numbers for today: 20, 22, 25, 32, 35, 42. Free Libra Daily Horoscope Tips. All the signs of the horoscope are divided into 3 decans according to the date of birth, and this is the specific prediction of today's horoscope for each of them. First deanery, September 23rd and October 2nd. Don't talk too much, because you don't know where those comments will go, and they can bring you problems and misunderstandings. Second decan, October 3rd and 12th. Libra's horoscope warns that small betrayals from supposed friendships may be on the way. Third deanery, October 13 and 22. Today is a day of waiting and taking special care of third parties who are envious of you, even if it is for no reason.